24th of June 2024. This news flash, I want to talk a bit about BEE. Now, the first item, I want to talk about this topic, Starlink. Listen to these two guys.
Starlink. Here's Elon Musk offering the world super fast internet services. It switched off in respect of South Africa a few days ago. What happened there?
Starlink is under threat by the regulator in South Africa because Starlink does not have the license, which depends on this black economic empowerment policy you mentioned. It affects not only Starlink, but all internet service providers in South Africa. And basically, it says that if you don't follow the government's policy of black economic empowerment, you will not be allowed to offer your service to the public. This means you have to give away a part of your ownership, up to 30% or more in some cases, before you will be given a license to provide people in South Africa with internet services. This is, of course, a no to Elon Musk, even if they create a South African subsidiary, and it should be a no in general for any sound businessman in the world. It's unethical, but nevertheless, it's a South African requirement.
Here's the irony. Many African countries benefit from Starlink. We say no thank you. Can you imagine that?
It's an absurd policy. People think, what's wrong with empowerment? This policy of the government has nothing to do with empowerment. It is a policy that favors a few select politically connected people to the detriment of everybody else in the country. And this policy affects not only Starlink, but the whole South African economy.
Well, and there you have it. That is how South Africa is being robbed of technological advancement. There are so many people that can really benefit from Starlink. It's unbelievable. Most important to take note of is that the other African countries, they are using Starnet. Zimbabwe is using it, and Mozambique's using it, and everywhere. But South Africa, no. We cannot have it. Because if some cadres cannot get a massive amount of money for doing nothing, for contributing nothing, and for knowing nothing about the business, we can't have it. And this is what black management of this country has brought us all. And if me, a white guy, talks about it, you fucking turn around and call me a racist. I don't give a shit. Call me a racist. But if you listen carefully to that interview, you will understand. And the reality is, it's a small, elected, selected, privileged group of black people that are making an obscene amount of money out of this BEE shit. BEE and affirmative action has cost the country a hell of a lot. There are people that make a big story of the fact that the unemployment figure is lower, far lower among whites than among blacks. I've got news for you. The main reason for that is because white people are willing to take a chance and work for themselves. And many white people, in the process of looking after himself, he creates jobs. But what the fuck is jobs? Who wants jobs? We only got a 45% unemployment figure. There's a lot of blacks that would like to see that thing closer to 100%. Because what is this shit of having a job? But then we get to Transnet. Once the best rail network in Africa and the best in the Southern Hemisphere. And it employed thousands of people. Thousands. And where is Transnet today? Shambles. The ports are dysfunctional. Railway lines have just disappeared. I mean, they've been stolen. The overhead electric lines for the electric units stolen. Station buildings destroyed. And we get to this point where William Gumede made this tweet. May cost 80 billion rand and take 10 years to fix Transnet's rail network. Recently, Transnet got 47 billion rand bailout. Impact of incompetence, corruption, ideological and populist policies are real. Transnet failure. Thousands of jobs lost in mining, agriculture and manufacturing. That is facts. And you can't dispute that. The problem with that 10 years and 80 billion rand is the following. Where are the skills that will manage that refurbishment? Where is it? But if you say things like this, you're called a racist. But the reality is, people are suffering. Now, with white people being discriminated against with the BEE laws and affirmative action, you get today a place where white guys, they start a small business and they employ the minimum number of people. The minimum number. They're no longer interested in creating jobs. They're not interested anymore in transferring skills. And where does that leave the black population? Unemployed and unskilled. And then they complain about their circumstances and the poverty. But they vote for these leaders that destroyed the country. And you can be as angry as you like. The fact is that black politicians with their private agendas has destroyed South Africa for everybody. Not for them, they're cozy, the ordinary people. That is where we are. And BEE is robbing the country. Just imagine it. Look at the other BRICS partner countries. What do you think leaders like Xi Jinping or Putin says to one another when they look at this fuck up here in South Africa? And they know the potential of the country, but they see how the country is being destroyed. That is something to think about. Please give me a like and a subscribe and share the thing. Thank you for your support.